Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I thought from varsity.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And the only thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas were taking more serious.
What grade?
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Hey, Simeon. Good night.
Going on, man. What's going on?
Yeah. Phew. Boy, I'm gonna say welcome to All in All United. You know, I feel like if we could microwave a review and put it up, boy. You know, so is plenty of the same thing, over and over again, boy. You know, and sometimes we ask, where really go from here now, so what going on, all the season greetings, right, and the new year coming up, all the best in advance. How things?
Things good, man. Looking forward to New Year. I felt like Boxing Day. I got my Christmas gift. On Boxing Day. But I think today I get my, for next year, I get my reality check. My reality check for next year. We try to get real happy, and I won't say we get real happy, but like no matter how many times we no matter how many times we win games, that feeling that comes along, and that hope. I always say hope is forbidden with this team, man. You can't. Anytime you start to hope, you just setting yourself up, man. And I felt good. Yesterday I was traveling. Put my United gear on, and I feel good. I said, boy, let me put this on today, because I know next week I probably can't wear it. And lo and behold, but that's where we are. That's where we are. So like I shouldn't get too upset, but that this team keep dragging me back in, and then let me down.
Yeah, I see Reem, yeah. You're inside, and you're taking some time from your schedule, you know what I mean? And of course we always appreciate that.
Yeah, y'all hearing me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
loud and clear, man, loud and clear.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, good night everybody. I mean, I don't know how far y'all reach in the discussion,
No, we now
but
start.
as
We now
usual,
start, with
we
the
now
normal
start.
salutations and season, for the season and everything like that.
Yeah. Well, season greetings to everybody again. We would always hope that when we meet like this is under better circumstances. But
Yeah.
boy, I mean, we can't say we back as strong. You understand? Being a Man United fan for the past couple of years, you're back to be strong.
Definitely.
So I mean, the disappointment there, but it's not like I devastated now, boy. Because I've come to expect the inconsistent team. And it is what it is. But let me get into it, man.
Yeah. Because again, after the Villa game, and we knew that Villa played into our hands, right? We knew that Nottingham Forest was going to play different. They're going to sit deeper and depend on their pace and on the counter to punish us. And to me, that should have been expected from, because if we could see that, then I guess Ten Hag and his team could have seen it as well, and so said, so done, and we were punished, So Simeon, again, we getting into it. We getting into it because we know the season, we know people fetting, people, linemen, people out. We really keep the show short and sweet today, But Simeon, give me your thoughts on the lineup. Give me your thoughts on the lineup. Especially maybe hearing about Hoyland, that kind of thing, and what was your feeling? What was your feeling around that?
I mean, there were so many questions about Hoyle. I mean, this is why, I was since this whole Marshall thing come up, when Marshall and Ten Hag was each other, I got kind of worried because when you have two strikers on the team, I mean that's been a problem. You should have had three. Everyone knows this. If Marshall was going to be there, you need three strikers. And for Harlan to be sick with illness after Marshall is supposedly sick with illness, I think he probably trying to sell him, but like
a striker's flu. Maybe that's striker's flu.
it must be, but like right away, we had some issues going on. You put Rashford in front there, it's gonna be pressure. We were hoping Anthony was gonna be better, but I mean, as much as it's not an excuse for the kind of losses we have a serious injury and illness thing together. This ain't normal. This ain't and I know Ten Hag's, trying to use an excuse. We have enough good players, but like this is not normal. But that being said, I don't see with that lineup it worked. I mean, it didn't work, but like it was enough for the first half, if you know what I mean. Until changes made, but like the lineup didn't bother me, but what happened afterwards in the game bothered me.
Reem, I don't know if you want to get into this, and I asked you the question one time, and anybody any comments? We don't have much viewers today, but anybody any comments that want to comment on this? Did we miss Hoyle in our lineup today, Reem?
I would say yes and no, right? Because I mean the way how we play now I think coming off of the Villa game, right? We have always asked for consistency, and I would have liked to see how the exact same 11 would have fared against Nottingham Forest, right? So I think that is something that we still wanting to see. But Aston Villa plays very, very differently from the way Nottingham Forest set up today, right? Nottingham Forest did not give us a lot of space behind, which is what gave us a lot of opportunities and how we thrived on against Villa, right? So I don't think the impact of Hoyland, would have been significant to change our fortunes today. I don't see Hoyland as that kind of player, at least not yet, right? Hoyland is just a next squad player, the way how this team being built so far. So to say we really miss Hoyland today, I can't. I don't have enough evidence to say yes, right? I think the way we play, the striker will always be, feeding off scraps. The striker will always have the least amount of touches, right? So the way Rashford play, probably we might get a little more press from Hoyland, but I don't think it would have come to anything. I know people might disagree with that, but I've seen Hoyland playing plenty games just like this, and he was just as quiet as Rashford was today.
Yeah. I want to tend to agree as much as the expectation after, because I think the full fan base now, hoping that Hoyland gonna run our goals. Getting that first goal, that weight of that first goal off his shoulder. Yeah, I think the fan base was, seeing more or less a goal from Hoyland again today, or hoping for a goal from Hoyland, or highly optimistic of getting a goal from Hoyland today. And I think to me, that is why I felt the disappointment in the lineup.
Yeah,
Because I was hoping that we really turn a corner. We had a lineup last game that really showed their worth. As much as we know Villa played into that team hands, more or less. But at least you're hoping for some kind of consistency, some kind of confidence building from that game, that even a low block team, we would have able to grind it out, because we know that is what it is. If we had to win a game, most of the time we win it by one goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to grind it out, but I was thinking that I was optimistic. I went into the game optimistic, knowing that Hoyland weight over Hoyland's shoulder, maybe a half chance this time that he has been getting maybe off and on, he would play it away. So to me, in the lineup, that was disappointing. Otherwise, I think everything was.
But I think,
In fact, no. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we after we saw how Villa play, right? You hear me?
Yeah, you go ahead. You're breaking up a bit by hearing
you. Yeah. After we saw how Villa play, we had known, and I think we had said in the last show, the expectation for that kind of football that would play into our hands, we were not going to get that from Forest. So we were always waiting to see how the team would play against a low block team, right? And I think we got our answer today. So it's really I don't even know what to say in terms of how we play teams that do not play into our hands now.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm not sure with the same lineup the kind of game we would get from them against a low block team. That remains to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, what Korean is saying is right. I mean, the issue we've had is, we talk about this too many times from preseason on, is we haven't been able to score, score consistently. Ten Hag hasn't gotten them for us playing a brand of football, consistent, pattern type football to where you break down teams and score. You might see a glimpse here or a glimpse there, but nothing, sustainable. So the issue we've been having is while we try to do that all game, we give up easy goals. And when you're struggling to score goals, you can't give up the kind of goals we're giving up. So, it's worrying that we this far into the season where you can't score goals. And Ten Hag hasn't fixed it, or made the right subs or adjustments. It's worrying, but it's even more worrying that we as worrying is the kind of goals we still giving up, given men just wide open, and there's different reasons, but we can't be bad. We can't be bad at so many things, and that's the issue. We're not good at anything.
Yeah. So, my question mark was around and in the lineup, right? And still talking about the lineup here. My question was around Anthony and Scott McTominay, right? It was a blessing earlier to not see Scott McTominay in the lineup again, right? But however, it was for Anthony. So as much as you're glad not to see Scott, but then you're seeing Anthony. So it's like, I'm glad not to see Scott now. But again, because Anthony used to give us something good defensively as well that we could have still say he added value to the team. But now, because we need attacking output, if it's a goal or assist and you're not doing that, then it comes like you're the next Scott McTominay on the field. You actually just picking up space on the pitch right now, right? And to me, that way we had to get fixed, and again, maybe we got touch on it later on, but I think Ahmad coming on, you saw that breath of fresh air, you saw that quality, you saw the ability where you could go left or right, and you saw it in an instant, and I really hope that Ahmad will have done enough that if there's an opportunity, let me say next game that let me say Hoyland hasn't recovered or whoever hasn't recovered, I hope that Ahmad gets that nod on the pitch. Reem, I don't know what your thoughts on that.
Knowing Ten Hag, before Ahmad, it could be Bruno. And he'll revert to McTominay, probably McTominay, Ericsson, and Maino in midfield.
You feel good with McTominay again, boy?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, boy!
Yeah.
Even
Listen,
after today, boy.
You hear what the man say about the game and about the decision to bring on McTominay. He said he thought McTominay brought energy. You understand me? and he doesn't blame McTominay for the 2 goals that we conceded, that we saying.
But the mere fact he would have not started him for 2 games straight, to me, that's starting to say something. So he said that he took off Meno because he find Meno energy was a bit low, and that's understandable. As much as we might say, well, hey, maybe we lost the game with that substitution, but is a viable point that maybe Meno energy was a bit low because the accumulation of games over time. Simeon, any thoughts on that?
I mean, I find interesting the people whose energy, or you could notice some players' energy is low, but some players he can't be bothered with to take off.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Manu energy being low, but Bruno could play every single game. A whole bunch of other players can play every single game. From minute 1 to 90, and but Manu, I mean, I get it, but bringing on Scott McTominay in that role is asking for trouble. And a lot of people blame Scott for the goals were conceded. I mean, yeah, but no, I mean Scott is Scott. Like, he has his limitations. The reason why he plays up, more up front than in the back there, because he has that awareness isn't there. I think it's I look to Scott playing there as more of an indication that Casemiro's injured, Aaron Bat's injured or whatever Aaron Bat's doing. I don't know what he ill. I don't know, but it's more of a factor as far as there's nobody else to bring on. Hopefully, I didn't think Manu. I mean, if Manu was that bad, I can't see him being worse than McTominay. Because Manu offers much more. McTominay clearly is a weak link in the thing that we're most vulnerable to. And even though I won't go as far as wholeheartedly blaming Scott for the goals, his lack of awareness defensively, was at least a small factor to those goals, because it wasn't all him. It was a terrible team defense and a few individuals making very questionable choices. I can't. As much
Let me bring in Reem Simeon, right? So Reem, we are talking about Meno and the decision that Ten Hag would have made to take Meno off, where you say fine, Meno was lacking energy. Are you find that you find that excuse justified, even if you're not taking the result into consideration?
I think Ten Hag made that decision because he wanted to go for the goal, right? Mm-hmm. I think even though the first half was even, and I remember I messaged and telling her that this is a dead game. The two teams, the level of quality, very poor,
each other,
right? Yeah. And I think Ten Hag did that because he didn't really see, the need for number 6. Right, because basically what he played was 2 8 and a 10 when he brought on Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
Right, 2 8 and a 10. So he was going for it.
But what he didn't realize.
No, that is how or 1 8 and 2 10 or 1 8 and then McTominay.
Yes, maybe.
You understand? Right. So for me, Ten Hag went for it, right? Mm-hmm. And that played into Nottingham Forest's hands as far as I saw. Because I don't know if anybody remember, it had us. I don't know why we keep giving away these free shots on top of the box. And I don't know if anybody remember the first half. It had a shot that the guy got on top of the box.
Dominguez and Meno was riding.
Nobody one that didn't score. The one that didn't score.
That charged down was 2 shots that was charged down just on top of the area.
And Meno is the one who had one away.
Yes, right. He had away the first one. I had another one.
Right. So Meno positional awareness from a defensive point of view, it's up there, and the man is only 18. So Ten Hag sacrificed that to win the game because he thought that the way how the game was going, he didn't really see us being broken down. But he wasn't seeing how much passing lanes. He wasn't seeing how much passing lanes Kobe Mano was cutting out by just being there and positioning himself properly. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't fight Ten Hag if he saw the energy level in Mano dropping. But then I go question, you play Garnacho playing probably 7 games on the bounce. You understand what I'm saying?
But then they're searching for a goal, and right now Garnacho is the man who actually toting this team offensively.
But what we saying, Nico, what we also saying
is a risk because you're looking for a goal, and you
but what we also
player, you won't take him off.
No, but what I'm saying, right? After the Liverpool game, everybody was saying, earlier, let we build on something solid. Let we solidify the midfield, and then let we use that as a platform to build the attack. Right? And every game that Kobe Manu play, I thought we look solid.
Solid, yes.
Right? And then now, and then you came and you take him off today. And the same goal that we've been conceding whole season.
We conceded again.
Is what we come and concede.
After Kobe Manu came off the pitch.
Yeah, so and me saying if Kobe did stay on, we may not have lost. But I know for sure his positional awareness would have been better, and chances are Forest may not have won the game, or they may have scored different goals.
Yeah. All right, let me get somebody comments. Hey, Chef, good night.
Good night, everybody. My apologies for my lateness.
Yeah, man. Right, so we have...
I show up unlike United today.
Right, we are jabbing inside. Hey, Jabbing, good night. Right, Anthony and Scott needs to go. Right, we have David Curtin on the inside. Good night, lads. Good night to you too. David say we really sell the wrong Anthony. But again, if Anthony did stay, we get that feedback.
It's me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Remus, you're right. I'm in here, right? Yeah, we really sell the wrong Anthony. If Anthony did stay at United, only we're not gonna game time. So we not even be looking like how Anthony looking at Nottingham Forest. So we just had to be grateful that the man being able to develop as a footballer. It would have been nice even if, let me say, we had a buyback clause and he developed to a United level, that we had an option. But again, I had to be grateful for Ilanga. Well, I mean, glad for him. Because
where's our United level these days?
Oh gosh.
Boy, I don't know, and I can't answer. So don't ask me no more. Right? We have Akira on the inside. Facts, David Ilanga was a monster day. Even for the Newcastle game, he was proper. Was like a man possessed trying to prove a point, and not really. Ilanga played his game today. He played his game.
That's how he's playing.
Yeah, that's all I was ask some current players, 100% effort. And it wasn't that even when Ilanga was at United, he never used to give effort. I guess it's just game time. Some of these players just need. Akira McTominay, positional sense, right? Same thing. A professional player is laughable. And I would say non-existent. For Gibbs White goal, there was no central midfielders to close down that shot carry. But how can you play without a 6? Eric Ten Hag mad, right? And I want to touch on this goal. I want to touch on this goal.
Which one's that? The first one's the second one.
The second one, right?
Oh.
Because I guess that is what he's talking about for Gibbs White goal, right? Chef, you see the game? Because I know this time of the season, you might have to take off your TV by halftime. Yeah?
Yeah, actually, I closed off yesterday.
All right, right? So, should we talk about the first goal, or should we talk about that goal? That's another thing. Really, I think we should talk about the first goal first, because, boy, but in fact, let me talk about the second goal now. If we had to go back to the first goal, right? And Chef, I want to ask you, right?
I want to talk about the second goal first.
the second goal first. I too want to talk about the second goal first, right? So, Chef, if you had to blame somebody, right? Would you have blamed Ten Hag, McTominay, Onana, or Bissaka for that second goal? That way I start.
You want it in order?
No, you just tell me who to blame. Right? If you have to blame somebody for that second goal, who to blame? Guys in the comments, and I want to know who, and you have to justify it too, right? And you have to justify why.
Who put in McTominay there? Who put any players in them there? I think we need to come to the realization, like real talk earlier. Yes, we could say our players and them not good enough, but Ten Hag had to start taking blame now. Real talk. We need to stop trying to shock power and say, gosh, I believe in Ten Hag, but nah. Ten Hag. Scott is Scott. Scott will be Scott can't be Bobby, you know. He could only be Scott.
Yeah.
So we can't expect him to be or do something that he's not capable of. Full stop. Let's stop that.
Right. So
simple.
So Reem,
that's just
if you gotta blame somebody, who you blaming for that second goal? Well, and you can talk about where else going to talk about the second goal as well.
Yeah, I can't blame one person alone for that second goal. No, I hear what Chef saying. No, I hear what Chef saying. By the end of the day, that the hand Ten Hag dealt with, and the circumstance you find yourself in terms of player availability. All right. However, however, you expect that these professional players could go out there and think for themselves.
No, right? I don't.
And see danger. Right? No, there's a saying. I believe Ten Hag just go back on the drawing board with these guys after every game and show them the BS that is be doing every game. I believe that there's going to watch over teams. I telling you.
It's a long reel, boy. It's a long reel, boy.
No, but what I'm saying, the point is, right? You will expect these fellas to go out there, right? And it's basic things we're not doing correct. For instance, let me start with where everything start, right? First things first, Bissaka play a ball in for Bruno. Bruno did not scan his area, and Bruno jump over the ball to dominate. For who?
Yeah. Crazy, yeah?
For who? Now you have to understand, we're searching for a goal. We're searching for the go-ahead goal. So we had everybody in and around the box, right? We were camping on the half line. Then Nottingham Forest break on the ball. Now when they break, that is when our jogging starts. Right? You find Bissaka jogging. Yes. Right? Bissaka jogging, McTominay ball watching, and Nottingham Forest breaking on we. Right? Now the plate over to Elanga. This guy already there. It's regular. No, who it was? Dallo was already there. McTominay not scanning again. All of these is fundamentals. Right? And then on top of that too, Onana have a better view of the pitch. Talk to your players. Tell McTominay, hey, look, Gibbs White in the middle, boy. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody talking to nobody in that pitch. Right? So same time now, as Elanga turn, he look up, he see the space, he played in for Gibbs White. Boom. Now I had to ask myself as well, could Onana have done better? Right? Because when I look at it, I know it was a close shot, but I asked myself if Onana could have done better. It's not his fault, but I had to ask, could this man have done better?
Yep,
right?
You have to ask that.
Why?
And then on top of that now, with Bissaka jogging back, I asked myself if Bissaka had a little more impetus in his run, if maybe he might have seen and Onana kind of call on Bissaka, pick up on Gibbs White. So it's a host, real casual living going on with these players,
Karim, let me.
You go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I watched both goals like 6 times because I was kind of well. The first one we'll get to that. I'm still confused by that. The second one, you see everything. Second one, you see everything. First of all, I'll call one more name. You guys probably didn't think you would hear. Amad Diallo. Look good today. Look real good. But when he played breakdown, he was like at the top of the box. He had a good view of everything. When you look at the box, we're trying to score, and you see Bruno mad because he get the ball. You see men just putting their hand in their head like, oh gosh, and get the pass. Men stand up in the box like, oh gosh, that man didn't pass the ball. Men vex. Game's still going on, but them men vex. Diallo didn't get the pass. He was the best. He's on the left hand side. Let me think. The right hand side. Sorry, he see the ball going back. If he sprinted, the power with Basaka had.
He passed the ball for Bruno. It wasn't Diallo that passed the ball for Bruno.
Before.
You're on mute, Green.
Yeah, it's Diallo. Yeah, Aman.
But when the play broke down, he had a good view of everything. Basaka was running back with two guys. Like, I can't blame Basaka.
Running, you say?
No, watch it. I mean, the man looked lanky. The man was there. Okay? The man was there. Nah. But Basaka had two men to mark. Because both guys were on the left-hand side. And one break left or one break right. Basaka had to take the man left and leave the man in the middle of the goal alone. So that's Basaka. And McTominay, who can nothing, didn't realize what's going on. McTominay ain't see that man ever, because the man look up and see, you see with Basaka with just down two men. Basaka make the wrong choice and take the man to absolute left. And when the man break in, McTominay ain't see that fella yet until the ball back in it. And you have Ericsson, the man how old Ericsson is? You can't expect Ericsson to get back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my point is, if Diallo was anywhere in that picture, anywhere, because when the ball was running right, Ilanga take like 3 or 4 step overs, whatever he do. There was enough time for Diallo to be back and at least take one guy off Basaka. That way, go back and watch the film and ask yourself.
I had to watch it. I had to watch it over Simeon to see if Diallo anyway in that play, because in my mind I ain't seen Diallo no way in that play. To impact. Defensively.
Them men in bother running, man. My thing is, what time did he come on?
He come on. He come on for Anthony in the 56, 57 minutes.
He fresh. Man played one. Barely played one and a half.
Who came on? Was the first sub? The first sub wasn't where we know.
McTominay halftime. Yeah.
And the next sub was for Anthony.
Yeah.
Was Kobe injured? In case I missed it?
Kobe wasn't injured. No, tactical.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that was a tactical change.
Yeah. Right.
But you watch that. It's not just Basaka. It's not just Scott McTominay. That's the thing. It's everywhere. You go back and you break it down. There's people, and you ask yourself, who put this team together? Like, how come we have so many? You have a Saka who can't make the right choice. You have, Diallo. I'll give him a break. The man just got back. His mentality as far as getting back in game shape.
Game match fitness.
Yeah. McTominay, we all know what McTominay is, but it's so many things to fix for this team. It's just hard to, but the first goal, I know what they were doing. I come on this show and I want someone to tell me what they were doing in that first goal. Because I don't know what kind of, it was zone defense, it was basketball, zone defense he was playing. Because I have no idea what they were doing on that play.
Bro,
but let's go.
Nottingham Forest he was playing,
No, but that's not. New manager bounce earlier, and sometimes we have to respect the new manager bounce. As much as we supposed to beat them,
Forest, no.
As much as we supposed to beat them earlier, the Premier League is not the Premier League I yesterday,
Yes, but it's Nottingham Forest.
And I know we not playing nothing to beat nobody, because we ain't beating nobody by more than one goal.
Hey,
if we not beating nobody by more than one goal, then anybody could beat us.
But them go too easy.
as I said at Nico, it just showing for any team that looking on, we cannot break down a low block. So once we come and play a low block us against us,
one
go
chance,
win.
1 or 2 chances, one and confidence all over the place already. Any shot on goal might be goal.
So right? I will say that Aston Villa was very naive to come to Old Trafford and try to play expansive football against us, or they get punished.
Not to mention the gifters nice too, to be quite honest.
You understand?
So this was on our last game, right? He gone AFCON.
Nope. He'll be here. He's going late. He's going late. So he could be here again for we next game against Wigan or something like that. He could be here.
No, but I think I don't know, but I hope they give the next keeper a chance.
Nah, Ten Hag said the man could be here. He could be here.
Yeah. For me earlier, I mean, and I could be being, real petulant, but I feel Basaka could have made a better decision earlier.
Yeah. I mean, why Basaka? I mean, it's
defensively, because I don't feel like United players has been under so much pressure that they don't want their name being called for losing the game. So,
but Dan is not only United players has been under pressure.
No, but now we have to know the characters we bring in as players, because Basaka he tried to play safe to run in his position. So he is a right back. I run and mark the man who closest to my position. So anybody to blame will be the man who played midfield who didn't run back. So Scott McTominay gonna get blamed, right? No, because what I'm saying is, let me say, right, Rim? But Saka did say, hey, he gives right free on top of the area, right? A gambling, we gonna cut back. And then the man crossed to the man who free on the Saka back post. But Saka gonna get blast.
Well then, because he decision correct them. Then he decision correct them.
Saka gonna get blast. But then too, if we really analyze how we have been conceding goals, we have been conceding goals on top of the area. How many goals we concede by a player that's cutting back the balls on top, and boom is goal.
And that's not happening. That's not happening now, eh? That's not happening this season.
Start of the season.
That's been happening.
Whole season. Yeah. So for me, I go gamble at by that man gonna cut back, that man free. You know what I mean? I just saying, because when I see you run, because it was Johnny Evans and Johnny Evans and Varane, to me them was back. So if a ball had to go across, then it had to pass through two of them to reach the player last post, right? So to me, the safer gamble would have been the man who free on top of the area. That is for me.
But Nico, you don't think me running back? Let me just I put myself in Wan-Bissaka position, right?
Right.
I running back, but I already see that we have enough players in the back, right, to deal with the threat, because they were attacking with
it was not enough.
Ilanga and Morgan Gibbs White against McTominay, Dalot, Varane.
Mm-hmm. But that area of the field.
That's not rim break up there. That's not rim. I didn't.
Yeah, that area of the field we're talking about there, to the top of the box. That's supposed to be covered by the number 6 though.
Yeah, but the number 6 not there, chef. Because Basaka jogging coming back, he don't see all that already. It's not like his head was down, full speed sprinting, right? Basaka running back, jogging, realize that, hey, all right, well, it's two of them I have. One going left, one going right. Well, hey, I playing it safe. My name can't call. I going right or left.
Yeah.
In my position. Right? Remember breaking up there. Yeah, so boy, it was that was too comical, boy. It was too comical, and personally, I find that Varane and Evans was deep. They were deep. So by the time Ilanga cut back, because it isn't like Ilanga cross, Ilanga cut back. Ilanga cut back to the top of the box, It's the top of the 18-yard area is where Gibbs White take that shot from, Evans and Varane was almost on the 6-yard line,
Who else better to know where to put the ball than a former United player? He knows that area. that area is food.
But you might be you might be a former United player.
Yeah, you just watch football.
Ilanga,
his whole season we giving up that.
Ilanga was so looking forward to this game today.
Right? And all teams doing the same thing. As Reem said. In the first half, Dominguez and the other player, right? They was looking for the same exact thing, the same exact chances that were blocked. The same. So every game we giving up chance on top of the area. And almost in every still shot, you're seeing Scott McTominay.
Yeah,
and that's my problem.
That's the one constant.
In every still shot of a goal from one top of the area, you see Scott McTominay in the pit here.
Yeah, boy.
Let me get some comments here. Let me complete comments. Right. Akira say McTominay positional awareness for professional players laughable. We read this already. Right? Manny, hey, good night, man. And hello to you too. Right? Man United need a complete change from top to bottom.
Every season.
Hey, Kerry, good night. Chelsea, man. I win today. See when Chelsea win, they'll come out and boy. Oh, jeez, man, it is. When I load on that shell, right?
Yeah, Nico. And the thing about it is that after when Chelsea was 3-2, after Luton come on squad message Kerry again and Bantan for we to come and lost anybody.
Yeah, boy, oh jeez, and it is, right? Okay, that's it. Chef is right. That area should be covered by the 6. Scott was right on the defense. At that level, you do when you don't do your job, you will be punished. Yeah, agreed.
And like we alone seeing that. I don't know, boy.
Yeah, right. So I started with Simeon here, right? So Ten Hag starting to say that, hey, the reason why this team is doing so poorly, as much as he is trying to make excuses, he say he do not have his preferred players, right? And to be fair, for the entire season, we have been struggling with injuries. That is the only consistent for the season, right? Is that injuries have been plaguing us, right?
So is every other top team.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that. I am not taking that.
So
every top team have injuries.
Yeah, right.
That's why in England they just call you a manager and not a coach.
Well, let me land the plane, right, Chef? Let me land the plane, right? So is it that when our injured players come back, which we're talking about the Casemiros, we're talking about even Maguire, Hoyland was down today, Martinez, Luke Shaw, come back. Do you see this team improving, and not only improving, but being able to create chances? Because to me, that is our downfall, creating chances. Do you think that these players coming back into the team will enhance our ability to create chances and score more goals to be able to win by more than one goal, Simeon?
No.
No.
Go ahead. I mean, every player you mentioned just now, I mean, we've seen them all play. Like now, I mean, Martinez was great last year, but he does great, helped the offense a lot, but no, I mean, who else is there? Mount has number 7 has done nothing. You know, does the same thing Bruno does more or less. Who else? Hoyland's a baby. Who else is there? Shaw was just back. Looked good for a little bit, and then it looked bad for a little bit. So, I mean, who are we talking about? Like Casemiro, we all want to have to happen to Casemiro earlier this year. Like, who are we talking? Who is he talking about? Like, which player is he talking about that's gonna come back and make?
I was real confused. I was real confused at that statement too when he said it.
Yeah, because what he is saying is that the team lacking balance, and these players would bring balance back to the team. So, Reem, what are your thoughts on that?
I think we have to understand how we just rate up a new manager bounce, right?
Mhm.
And when you have key players missing and key players coming back in, it will give the team a bounce. Right now, how long that bounce could last in a fractured unit, I don't know. I do believe that bringing the likes of Casemiro back and Martinez back, and even I mean I don't even want to say Mount because he's gone and come back and had no real impact.
Yeah.
But just going based on the impact in the team that Casemiro and Martinez had last season, I think we're really missing them, right? Because Casemiro scored some big goals for us last season, right? Now, whether that will allow us to create more chances, Nico, I don't know. I really don't know, right? So it's something for me. We could say, well, all right, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. He said January then fellas coming back, so let me see. But I had to agree with Chef as well because we are not the only team struggling with injured players, right? Newcastle, look at Newcastle. Newcastle play with the same 11. How about 5 game, right?
Newcastle's
And
struggling
this
right
team
now,
was
yeah? But
beaten teams.
Newcastle's struggling right now, eh?
Yeah, they're
But
struggling. They're
Newcastle not as
struggling
bad
now,
as
but they
us.
were beaten teams.
Yeah.
They were beaten teams with the same 11.
Yeah.
But they're struggling now, and I agree with that. I agree. We actually seen it now,
Yeah.
right? But we have had more players come back and still look the same way, right?
Right.
So I want to give Ten Hag the benefit of the doubt in saying that if Casemiro and Martinez come back and Shaw and Malacia and whoever again come back, we'll start to play better. But I'll be honest with you, my patience will not be as generous.
Yeah.
When them fellas here.
Right. So I have some comments here before I come back to Chef. If Chef still want to touch on that. Akira saying no, Nico. Watch Newcastle and Tottenham injury list. Don't land no place. Right. But also Tottenham, when Tottenham was going through their injuries, or the Tottenham fell off. Tottenham lost a lot of games that they were flying in, or they with all the injuries would have done well. So I think that this team will be more stable, but I also think that we still need a Kobe Mino in that team because with Casemiro in the team, we saw how Casemiro was struggling to get back. And to me, is it that he's going to play Casemiro and Mino, or he going to drop Mino for Casemiro? I think if he do that, then we're going to continue to concede the goals that we conceded today, because Casemiro cannot reach back, and our players stand up on top of the area waiting to score. That's like what happened today, right? So that's the next comment from Akira. Don't agree, Nico. What's up now on Newcastle injury list? Yeah, Chef.
I hear y'all. But let me ask this: the Casemiro we talking about that coming back to make this impact, is that the Casemiro from this season, or the Casemiro from last season? Because the Casemiro from this season, because the Casemiro from this season is a bag of shit too.
Yeah,
so I ain't seen him making no kind of a difference. I just find, and the thing is right. Okay, so we say that we have a long injury list, but then you still have all them youth men and them who went on a preseason tour and play, and they refused to play them. So then what was the point of carrying them? If not, when we have injuries, they're able to fill in. I just not impressed with Ten Hag management skills right now, Dread, at all. Real talk. It's real hard. I hear what every one of you all say, and I understand because you're making, at the end of the day, with a team, you want continuity, you want stability. I get that. But then that's why you have a squad. And if men out, you're supposed to be able to use your squad. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's just me though.
Yeah.
But you see, I could just
go ahead,
interject.
Go ahead, Reem.
We've been, and probably it could come back down to Ten Hag and the recruitment, but we were saying last season the space between his first team and the rest of the players was so far in terms of the drop off.
Yeah.
So that's why Ten Hag's struggling now with the players that he has to use. Now, some of the players not that bad, because we're talking about he still have Bruno available, he have Ericsson, he have Meno, and we still struggling to control games. He have Hoyland, he have Rashford, he have Garnacho. We're still struggling to score goals. Right? But again, I guess the balance, the whole as a whole, you need key players when that drop in quality so far with key players. So I guess gain the money benefit of the doubt when you get back Casemiro and you get back Martinez. I want to see what going on.
Because really and truly earlier, going through a season with McTominay in midfield.
Hopefully by the time we're not in
it can be
relegation
helpful.
zone.
It can be helpful earlier.
No, you know if you depend on McTominay right through by.
No. No, now I say McTominay days numbered earlier. I tell only McTominay days numbered. McTominay days numbered. When players come back, McTominay days numbered. September, McTominay sold. Right? So anyway,
you saying that and watching how much playing time he gets in?
Nah, he had no choice. I really think he had no choice, right? But the writing on the wall, I think just as we've seen it and I've seen it
so
as
you
well.
wouldn't take off Kobe today to and Paul McTominay?
In hindsight, I would say no, and I'll leave him on, but that's in hindsight. But if as the manager, right, you expecting something from a player, but you realize that he unable to give it to you, maybe because of fatigue, because again, these things are, and well, maybe we could argue this, right? Scientifically, they does be monitoring players as well. So they would know that Kobe levels not where it's supposed to be. And Kobe now coming off an injury, coming into the first team, playing all these minutes from the Liverpool game, to the Aston Villa game, to this game, right? He had to get rest at some point. And Ten Hag, as what I said earlier, Ten Hag make a judgment call as better rest here now, and we need the goal. Maybe Scott might be the one to give us that goal. But it didn't work, and it didn't work. But I guess I wouldn't fault Ten Hag for that. I think as the players on the pitch had to take responsibility for us not even coming out with that point.
That is it.
The players on the pitch had to take responsibility.
I ain't saying the manager
coming away with a point today, at least.
Yeah, I ain't saying the manager have blame to take but I feel these players had a whole real smoke by Chef Boy. You understand? Because you can't tell me as a professional footballer, and I gotta say it again, I gotta say it until I turn blue or I turn red. You scan your area, Bruno scan your area, know that I can't dummy the ball here. Who behind me?
Yeah.
Right? Not only that, McTominay. This is the second time we get ball with the man cutting the ball back. Why it is you doubling up on with Dalot for Ilanga? What's going on? Why we not talking to each other? Why Varane not saying McTominay check back on your right? Why Bissaka jogging back? These are the things that cost with our game. We didn't know score and equalize, and we were building momentum to at least try to win the game.
Yeah. And then we had 10 minutes extra time. We had 10 minutes extra time. If we just didn't concede that goal, we might have won that game. And
I feel we could have won that game.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, or the unfortunate thing, just before that goal, Ericsson had an amazing chance, and Turner made a save. Ericsson had an amazing chance, and then it's all fall down after that.
You know what real worrying for me too? The fact that how suspect we does look every time we score. The moments after, we does look so suspect.
Yeah. Terrible. Yeah. So guys, again, the roller coaster continues. From the high to the low, and I guess even conceding those goals against Villa and coming back, it shows the instability now. And we were kind of fortunate even to come back to win that game against Villa, because Villa played into our hands. So that could have been an L again today. And again, Ten Hag head would have been rolling. I've seen somebody on the inside here. Yeah.
Crazy scene, fellas. Long time.
Jody, but we now gonna wrap it up.
I realize that.
Give me a synopsis quick, right? If you watch the game, and then we're gonna wrap it.
No, I watch the game. I watch the game. So I try to get no
Before
synopsis.
Jody start, I want to say something. Jody could then say, "Oh, you really expected me to beat Forrest."
Oh,
Now you can start, my brother.
boy, you had to take it away from everybody. One thing I had. Nah, but well, probably all I would have seen my synopsis already on the season so far now. And as I tell Reem and I posted on Facebook and thing, for me, right now, watching Manchester United like watching 11 models on our field. Because when they feel to turn up, they turn up. And when they feel to just come and stroll around the park, they stroll around.
Agreed.
You know, and that is practically where we team is right now. You understand? So for me, I let them send my insanity way off the hook. I take it. I take about 3 steps back, and I just relax in myself. You understand?
No, because you really get in too deep, eh?
Because
it affect your mentally,
as I explain and I tell Reem today now, off lately I haven't been watching none of the games live. I go watch the game afterwards because when you're watching the game live, your emotions just tend to get into the game and it have a lot of things that just miss. When you see you go back and you watch back over the game, then you go see all the faults and all the good that the team doing. And right now, the faults with the good, it weighing about 80% fault, 20% good. You understand? So for me, by them fellas and them, they can't send me mad, boy. I'm telling you, I allow them to send me mad because
Same here.
Because this yes, Ten Hag bringing a group of players, right? But the core group of players have been there for how much donkey years now, and just as Ten Hag right now, what he going through, they did it to Ragnick, Solskjaer, and Jose. You understand?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, them fellas and them when, as I say, when they feel the show up, they go show up, and that is again making we know starting to get like Chelsea, where you go check within the next 10 years, we must be changing about 20 managers. You understand? Because these set of current players keep throwing the manager under the bus now. And if it was up to me, I don't want to hear about, all right, we go keep this one and get rid of all the whole group. If I can get rid of the whole group, I tell you the 20 how much players we have. Get rid of all of them and look for a fresh batch of players, you understand, who haven't been there, you understand? Because you can't tell me you have players there 9, 7, 5, 3 years. And this is the kind of performance they're putting in, right? Does be putting in. It's really ridiculous, and it's only so much.
And get it's only so much kind of money, dog.
Yeah, it's only so much a man will be. It's only so much a fan will be able to take now. You understand? No, without the real diehard fans who go stick behind them, I understand that. But for me, as a fan, and your
mental sanity and your sanity.
Yeah, you understand? So for me, I say, boy, me going to I dress back, and then as all you know with Lexi. She does take up the majority of my time too. So I'm glad for that part because it distracted me from what going on that field with them, boy. You understand? So, boy, I don't know. And come when is we next? Who we play next? Who is the next game?
The next game will be Wigan in the FA Cup.
In the FA Cup. You go see we go show up for that game. We going and show up for that game.
If we are show up for that game, no.
Nico, when last we show up for 2 consecutive games? When last?
Yeah.
It's 1 in, 1 out. 1 in, 1 out. You understand? It's like Ten Hag have a style he want to play, right? And these fellas and them could only perform for 1 game. The next game they can't pour that energy again. Because if you watch the Aston Villa game, them fellas and them pour real energy. They put out the energy, you understand? But the game before that. Yeah, but the game before that. No. In the first half, chef, in the first half, them fellas and them was playing too, you know. They was playing as well.
Foolish goals, but
but the game before Aston Villa was the same thing. They more or less just stroll about the park.
No, but that was Liverpool, I think. That was Liverpool?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the draw game, they did well.
Yeah, well, they had no other choice to defend for that whole game. They had no other, what, 28% possession in that game or something like that.
I know what the possession, but I know we had the best
Yeah,
chances, and we should have won that game.
Yeah, because them fellas remember these like Bruno and Rashford and these fellas and them, they get tuned in to, all right, let me say like Solskjaer style of ball, which was counter-attacking football, right?
Yeah.
And we was beating people, right, with that counter. Now when Ragnick come in and Tenor come in, them come in with that philosophy. They want to play that high press football, high intensity football, and then fellas and them energy level could only get like 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. You understand? Because for the past 4 or 5 years, the body was trained to play counter-attacking football.
Yeah.
That is what the body trained to do. So now when you come in and trying to implement this style of football, it's hard.
High press football.
Yeah, it's hard for them fellas and them, and they go be able to do it like one game or half a game. But to do it back to back games, them fellas are ready for that. So that's why I say get rid of all of them and bring in players who you could train from the core now and start. This is how we're going to play. And if we had to suffer for 2-3 years, you understand? But you see them moving forward with it, I go take that.
Yeah.
I go take that. You understand? That is where my mentality is now. I reached to the point where if we had to suffer for 2-3 years for we to reach where we want to be, I go take that. But don't tell me this current set of players who here and a seasoned professional giving it that kind of performance week in, week out, dog. It's not acceptable.
Yeah, I mean that word Jody used, I keep bringing up professionalism. Like to be a professional, it carries two things. One, this week, good things, one way, 1 week, and another way next week. You have to do it consistently. When you talk about Manchester United, back in the day, it was about professionalism, and they first had good discipline. Now you can't find in our team. That's the last word you think about when you think about Manchester United. Professionalism, no.
Yeah, so guys, so looking to wrap it, right? So again, we're going into a new year, 2024, is upon us, and I want to know, if any thoughts at all. If no thoughts, if boy, that's whatever happen, that is what it is, but what's your hope for this Manchester United club? In terms of the new management or the new structure coming in, because in the company with a director of football, in terms of a recruitment person, I think they come with a whole entire structure to manage Manchester United Football Club. It mightn't happen now, but maybe it might happen, in the future. What's your hope in terms of where we really go from here, from next year go forward? Chef?
Then, to be honest, I just like Judy, I don't have no expectations right now, I just rock back and go with the flow because I realize what we expect to happen, not going to happen. And if it does happen, it's going to happen months to years from now. So, to be quite honest, for the new year, my hope is that we don't get relegated. That's about it. I have no expectation, none.
It's not that I expect my team to win, but I know.
Yeah.
I know to myself, the chances are 75-80% that's not going to happen. As for that new wagon that rolling with Jim Ratcliffe and them, me expecting nothing in January. You understand? Me expecting nothing to be done in January. That them just coming there just to seal the deal or whatever. Hopefully, come August, we go see. July, we go see players shipping out, players shipping in.
Agreed.
You understand?
Agreed.
Yeah, players shipping out, players shipping in. For the rest of the season, I don't expect we to get knocked out of the FA Cup. You understand? Might be against Wigan, might be against the next team we come up against. You understand? And I don't expect we to finish probably 6th for the highest. I telling you, 6th for the highest we might finish this season. But I expect we to finish anywhere between 8 and 6. I telling you, based on the football that I have been seeing we play. hopefully, as Ollie was talking and saying, hopefully, probably the injured players when they come back might give you a late push. That might push we up for that fourth spot. Might. But it is sticky up there right now. It is sticky.
Yeah, Simeon?
Like, I know definitely we're not catching Arsenal, we're not catching Liverpool, and we're not catching City. I know for sure. We are catching them.
Yeah, so we fighting for Aston Villa to come down, even if, and then it has Spurs, right? So six right now looking good. Six right now looking real good.
I mean, my hope for New Year is one, we don't get, an 6 or 7-0 blowout.
It come in.
That's the. I mean, I can pray.
No, it come in. Trust me.
Nah. I feel like coming. That's coming, man. Oh, good.
But I mean, realistically, what I hope for is that by summer we have a whole team ready to make a change. That's my only hope. Hope Ineos comes in and has see the CEO, director of football, recruitment people. I just hope they're ready by summer. That's my only wish. That should be feasible for them. Hopefully.
Yeah. So my expectation is around really having a proper structure, because again Manchester United has been relying on Sir Alex Ferguson so much that we still into that mold, wanting the coach to be almost everything, or the manager to be almost everything, to do almost everything. We have seen that even some of these signings that Ten Hag would have made it had no recruitment behind it. It had no scouting behind it. It's I want that player, and all right, that's what you want. What's Anthony? They say Anthony was for 25 million, and we pay almost 90 million for Anthony. If we really have a structure in place, these things not going to happen, man. I think when these things start to happen, then I think the club itself might be in a better place, and that is my hope for the new year, that we really end up in a better place than we have been for the last 10 years. Any other closing thoughts? All right. Well,
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody. All the best.
All the best.
Yeah, and
all the best for Manchester too.
And definitely.
I hope it's the best, but I expecting too much. So
it's true. It's true. All right. So again, good night, and see you on the next one.
Yeah, fellas.